Shalom. Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Barak. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Waha, Rakak, Radash, and double honors to the elder apostles over at GMS that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years, not wavering to the left or the right, pursuant to Ephesians 4 and 14, also James 1 and 5 through 8. Let's get right into it. This is the root of your sickness. Why is everybody so sick? Well, let's get it. Let's start at Deuteronomy. I think that would be the best place to start. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 58. So Deuteronomy 28 and 58. And it reads, and this is important, guys. This is the root of why you guys are sick. So you have to listen to this very carefully. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of the law that are written in this book, thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name Yahweh thy power. Then Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, indeed great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, will he bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of the law, them will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. I could stop right there. I mean, clearly it says if you don't observe to do all the words that are written in the law of this, observe to do all the words of this law. So we were unable to do the law. Now we're in, and as you can tell, we're in a situation where we've got the highest of everything: diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, cancer, so on and so forth. Our people have gone away so far from the law that we're the sickest people on earth. Did you know that? Nobody else has these instructions attached to them. Let me get something for you guys real quick. Let me show you why these instructions are so important to the Israelites and nobody else. So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay? So we're not following the instructions. Just because we're in a grace period, this law has not been done away with. The law has never been done away with. That's some Christian rhetoric that's a lie. That's a straight Christian lie. There's no place in the entire Bible, I don't care from first to last page, all the outside books, there is not one single sentence in the Bible that says the laws are done away with. It said we couldn't keep the laws. Really, we just refused to follow the laws. Yahushua came. Not only did he give us life for our sins, but he showed us that it was possible. He came as a man, not as an angel, and even says that in scriptures that he came in the flesh of a man. So he could show everybody that, yes, you can follow instruction. You follow GPS like your life depends on it. But comes to the scriptures, this is what your life really depends on, and you refuse it. It's amazing. That is amazing. So, if you're not going to observe to do the laws, let's get this really quick. It shall come to pass, this is Zechariah 13 and 8. It shall come to pass that in the land, saith Yahweh, this land that we're in right now in this last captivity, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. We're his chosen seed. All the 2/3, you guys aren't part of nothing. You guys aren't part of the wicked, and you're not part of the righteous. You're lukewarm. You're going to be spewed out of his mouth. You're wicked, but really you're lukewarm, because you can't be accepted by those people, and we don't accept you. So you're stuck in the middle. Even though you're more wicked than the wicked themselves, I consider you a lukewarm, because you can't be with the wicked because you're not the wicked. The world was given to the hands of the wicked, and they covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not him, then who is he? It's not you. You're just trying to act like the wicked to show them that you could be even more wicked than they are. But really, you're just showing how much of a fool you are. You're a fool. We have the whole world. And hence the song, we got the whole world in our hands. He does. But guess what? He gave this place to us as rulership, and we destroyed our own rulership by following after false gods. How do you get sick? Let me explain. If you don't observe to do the commandments of Yahweh. So there is a 1/3. There is a chosen elect, but 2/3 got to be cut off and die. Let's get some scriptures. Let's go to the book of John. And we're going to go to chapter 5, and we're going to read from 5 through 8. I want to bring a point out. In fact, let's start at the 3. In these days, this is John chapter 5 and 3. I need you guys to hear this. This goes right into the root of your sickness. But you've got to listen how we did it back in biblical times versus now. So, verse 3, John chapter 5, St. John chapter 5 and verse 3. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk. You know what? Let me start at 2. Now there is at Jerusalem. So I'm sorry guys, Salakia, I talk really fast sometimes. Let me slow it down. We're going to St. John chapter 5. I'm actually going to start at verse 2. And it reads, now there was, and it reads, Salakia, now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethsaida, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the movement of the water. So let's keep reading. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. Damn! Did you guys hear that? The angels came down and stirred the water in this pool somehow. And when they were finished, anybody that touched that water was completely healed of all diseases. You don't really need a doctor now, do you? Nope. Not back then. When Yahushua was on the scene, you didn't need a doctor. You didn't need the physician. We need them now, because all this stuff, we don't see this anymore. We don't get none of this love. You know why? Because we've attached ourselves to wickedness. And the messed up thing is even the prophets, we started off in the world, not me being a prophet personally, but a student of the prophets. As a student, we started off in the world, and we had to conform to the truth. We had to give ourselves back to that truth. You got that? So, for an angel went down at a certain season in the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. I wish I could do that to this day. But there's a point to this. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. When Yahushua saw him lie, He knew that he had been now a long time in that case. So Yahushua already knew what was up with him. He knew what was going on. So he saith unto him, wilt thou be made whole? And the impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into the pool. So in other words, no one's helping him. Nobody's helping him when it's time to get to the pool. But while I'm coming, another steppeth down before me. So this is horrible. This is how wicked our people really are. This dude's like trying his best just to make his way down to the pool. And then another motherfucker comes running with nothing really wrong with him. Like, move, nigga! Pushes him out the way. He's falling over. And he's just left there sitting sorrowful because he can't even make it to the pool before all the troubled water has been, before the healing, he can't get down there in time to be healed is what I'm saying. So what happened? Then Yahushua saw him lying, knew that he had been a long time in that case. He saith unto him, wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me in the pool. Everybody's knocking him out the way. Let me prove it. But while I'm coming, another step down before me. Not even worried about this dude. Fuck you, bro. I got to get my saving. No. That is unrighteous. A real righteous. See, these are 2/3 going out there. This is why all this stuff had to stop. How are you going to knock your own brother out the way? If me, I'm going to put my brother in first. I'm going to put my brother in first. And hopefully there's enough left for me. So what happened? What happened? So verse 8, Yahushua said unto him, Rise up and take thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, took up his bed, and he walked. On the same day was the Sabbath. So he got healed. Ooh, Salakia. He got healed on the Sabbath. Let's skip up to verse 14 though, because this is where the point comes in. Afterwards, Jesus, Yahushua, findeth him in the temple, and said unto him, Behold, thou art made whole. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come unto thee. Do you guys get that? Sin no more, unless a worse thing come unto thee. Let's go over to the book of Psalms. So it's very simple. It's still the same thing. The root of our sickness is sin, if you haven't picked up on that yet. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 103. And it reads, Psalms 103, and we're going to start from verse 2. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. So when you do his works, he pays you. And those are the benefits. So you got to do his work to get those benefits. Who forgetteth all thine iniquities? Who healeth all thy diseases? Who redeemeth thy life from destruction? Who crowneth thee with the loving kindness and tender mercies? Who's doing all these things? The same guy. Watch, I'm going to show you. Because he's saying, who does all that? I'm going to show you who does all that. I'm going to show you exactly who does all that. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. I'm going to show you exactly who the guy that's going to redeem thy life from destruction. Watch this. This is beautiful. This is what we're talking about right here. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. This is the same guy that's going to redeem your life from destruction. He's going to crown you with loving kindness and tender mercies. Let me show you who you're dealing with. This is the King James Version, Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. What did he do? He healed him. He healed that guy that was walking down to the that was trying to get down to the waters. And how did he heal him? Through his son Yahushua. I kill, I make alive, I wound, I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So when you go back over to it, who redeemeth thy life from destruction? Well, Yahushua makes alive. He heals. He's the one that heals. So when Yahweh, he heals. He's the one that heals. He's the one that kills. He makes alive. So Yahushua is empowered through his Father to complete the mission and do these miracles. You think that Yahushua would have power without Yahweh? You've got to be joking. All of it comes from his Father, who's our Father, and that's our older brother. And no disrespect to the workings of Yahushua, but he gets his power from his Father, just like us. So, who satisfieth a mouth with good things, so that thy youth renowned like the eagles? I'm sorry, renewed like the eagles. So the youth is renewed like the eagles. That's beautiful, because it says, who redeemeth thy life from destruction? It's Yahushua. It's Yahushua it's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. I'll say it like that. God in the name of Jesus, for all you dummies out there. So, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things? Well, that would be Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord executeth righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. So you got righteousness and judgment. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. But you 2/3, when you go to the fire, you don't have any. You're not golden. You're not part of this. So you're going to burn the fuck up. I got a couple more verses. I'm really just wanting to bring out a class today. That's what the whole point was. Let's go to the 16:11. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 38. Ecclesiasticus is also known as the book of Sirach, and we're going to go down to the chapter 38. And we're going to start at verse 9 and go right to the point. My sons, in thy sickness be not negligent. So, in fact, it should be, we should go to hasten not in time of trouble. You know why? Because be not negligent. Don't try to take matters into your own hands. But what should you do? My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto Yahweh, and he will make thee whole. To be whole means to remove the sickness and put you back in perfect health. Man, wouldn't that be great? Guys, we're being poisoned daily. Every day. I don't care if it's what you drink, or if it's what you eat, if it's fruit, it's vegetables, if it's meat, if it's candy, which is poison. I'm just saying, anything the air we breathe, the water we drink, when we take our shoes off and just walk across the ground, everything right now is poisonous to us. Be not negligent, but pray unto Yahweh, and he will make thee whole. Leave off from sin. So what is the root of our sickness? Let me get it again. Leave off from sin, and order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. So how do we get sick then? Oh, well, it's sin. Let me keep going. You know what? That's all on that. That's all on that right there. Leave off from sin, and order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. So What do we have to do according to verse 10 to keep from being sick? We have to leave off from all wickedness. What is sin? Sin and wickedness are like hand in hand, because sin is wickedness. They're the same. The sin and wickedness, that's like the same word pretty much. If you're sinning against the Most High, that is wickedness. All right. I got one more to go, and then we're gonna just shut it down. I am really tired. I've been trying for many hours today to bring out a class, and the Most High just wore me out. Do you know that? It just wore me out to sit here and try again, and not even have a class to show any of my works. So I know that this is a part of the chastening and the haste and not in time of trouble, but for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. That's roughly paraphrased, but going into Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verses 4 and 5, pretty much. Maybe. But anyway, what we're going to do is stay in the book of Sirach, and go to chapter 30, though. And this is where we're going to we're going to start at verse 14. Better is poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. And you know, it's funny, because this rich man that's afflicted in his body, 9 times out of 10, to get wealthy, you have to do things that are wicked. Let's keep reading. Verse 15. Health and good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. But you can't have a strong body. Yahushua just told the man, take your bed and walk, go home. And then he said, rise and walk, right? He said, just go ahead and get up and go. And so, but then didn't he tell him in verse 14, sin no more, something worse is going to happen to you? So health and good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. The being healthy and not dying, that's the greatest thing ever. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Let's jump to verse 16. There is no rich above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. And your heart represents your mind in the Bible. So when it says heart, it's talking about your mind. Listen to this, verse 17. This is really important. For all you sinners, this is what you guys need to hear right now. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. And you know, in John, in verse 5 and 14, he said, sin no more, something worse will come upon thee. So we know it's better to be dead than to be continually sick. To always be sick is literally, you're doomed, and the Most High is allowing it. That's scary. I wanted to bring out one more, and now I'm trying to find it. I missed. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 38. And yeah, 38 and we read 9 and 10. And it said, let's go back to 10. Leave off from sin and order thy hands aright and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. Okay? So now that, okay, so we understand. If you don't, shut the fucking video off. But if you don't understand by now, sin is wickedness. And wickedness puts you in sickness. And continual sickness will put you in death. Let's keep reading. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 38. And we're going to read 10 again and keep going. Leave off from sin, order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. Verse 11, give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. Then give place to the physician. Okay? For Yahweh hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. So, if you are really sick and you've separated yourself from all wickedness, and then you've made your offering, you go to the physician and you trust that this guy's going to help you. Now, you got to understand, in this day and age, the physician was the Levitical priest. You better fucking wake up. You got to go to the Levites to get saved. So, let's go read it again. This is verse 11. Give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. Then, listen carefully, give place to the physician, for Yahweh hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. So don't let this guy get away. Say, hey man, I need your help. The Most High said that you're a physician. You are the physician. Most High didn't call him a physician. He got that title through his works. But you got to understand, the Levitical priest is that physician. He's the one that's studying the scriptures. He's the one that's going to do all the correct things. He's going to put up that sacrifice for you, for your sin, to atone, so you can repent and get better. Okay. Verse 13. There is a time when their hands there is good. There is a time when in their hands there is good success. For they shall also pray unto Yahweh that he would prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. Did you get that? So this is how I know it's the Levitical priest. Ain't nobody over there going, yeah, I've been studying my doctor manual for years now, and I'm going to help you. No, the physician is the Levite. Back then, the Levites were the ones that you would go to for everything. Now, one more verse. This is verse 14. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry, verse 15. We read 14. 15. Salakia. This is beautiful too. For he that sinneth before his maker. So, let me just finish it. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hands of the physician. Very, very simple. If you sin in the presence of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, he said that you're going to have to see the physician. So he's going to make you sick. So the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Let's get that, right? Let's get that. Ecclesiasticus. We're still in Ecclesiasticus chapter 23 and verse 19. Let's go to... I don't know. What in the Bible Hub? Man, they just take everything and just ruin it. I can't believe that. Let me see. Is that for real? No, it wasn't. See? Yeah, it is. Where are all the versions? Now all of a sudden Bible Hub only has 3 versions. Oh, hell no. This is crazy. See, it's happening again. I get down to the last precept, and Bible Hub doesn't want to play it. So let's go to, it's still Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23 and 19. Oh my gosh. So, the reason why I want to read this to you is because it said that if you sin before your maker, that's Yahweh. So if you're going to sin in front of Yahweh, he's going to send you to the doctor because he's going to make you fucking sick. Now listen carefully. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 23 and, oh my gosh, I hate this version. Ecclesiasticus chapter 23 and 19 through, let me see. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 19. Let's read it, and it reads, such a man feareth only the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. So, we go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 38. So we know that the Most High, we know that Yahweh's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So when it tells you in Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, and you go into verse 15, it says, he that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hands of the physician. So I'm showing you, no, you could go fucking hide under a rock in a cave 50 fucking miles underground and do a sin. But I just showed you that the Yahweh's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, and he's beholding all the deepest and darkest thoughts of men. You can't get away with it. So if you're a sinner, you're going to end up sick. That is the root of all sickness. And our works are what keep us from getting sick, believe it or not. You don't ever hear about the prophets getting deathly ill. That is not true. Unless they're a false prophet, then you sin in front of your maker, go see the physician. So I'm gonna close out with this. Revelation, that you better believe it's going to be 22 and 12. And why? Because this is the truth right here. This is what's going to happen. Revelation 22 and 12. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. If you sit in front of your maker, you are marked for death. Continual sin results in death. And if you think that you can get away with it, oh, I'm just doing one time, plan on seeing the physician. Plan on getting, you better hope he don't kill you for the one time, honestly, but you're going to sin in front of your maker, plan on seeing the physician, because his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So let me read it again. This is Revelation 22 and 12. Behold, I come quickly, my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So if you can turn from your sinful ways and work righteousness in your life and come back to this 100% truth, the Most High is going to reward you for that. But it already told you in Ecclesiasticus 38. Let me read it one more time. One more time for you guys. 38 and I think it was 14. No, it's 15. For he that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. So when you go back to Revelation 22 and 12, it says, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. So this guy right here, he's sinning in front of his maker. His reward is to be sick. A physician is a person that has to heal you. So that physician is that Levitical priest. So you're going to have to keep going back to the priest every time you fuck up until you die. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. And so, like I said, Behold, I come quickly, my reward is with me. Do you want to be rewarded in death, or do you want to be rewarded in everlasting life? And with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I sincerely and truly pray that the Most High let me bring out a sincere message. Shalom. Kahalayala Yahala Baha Shin Yahshai Waharaka Kodash.